Hey everyone, it's Kevin Dewalt of Prolego. So this is part 2 of my two-part series on use cases for LLMs in the enterprise. In part 1, I covered 5 use cases, which I call more classical NLP use cases for LLMs in the enterprise. In the second part, I'm going to cover 3 new unique use cases based on the reasoning power of these models like GPT-4. Okay, the first is what I call high quality document generation and validation. I'm sorry that that's a mouthful, but I didn't want to use simplistic terms like document generation or text generation because you've seen these come up in previous iterations of language models, and honestly, they haven't been that good for that much more than creating like sports scores and these sort of annoying stock ticker updates that you get in your feed. In this particular instance, I call it high quality because you can use it in situations inside your enterprise where you have business customers that have to continuously generate high quality, unique new pieces of content that have a high risk of errors. And so the tough thing about a lot of these situations is they may be based on previous cases or information your company's written in the past, but new employees don't really know how to do this. And so managers have to spend a lot of time training them on how to write information that's consistent with the tone and the products and the information that your company has. This happens a lot of times in like legal situations or law enforcement, maybe sometimes government, military, or intelligence. And there's a high degree of risk of getting the information wrong. And usually it's also is situations where managers have to spend a bunch of time reviewing and reading information. The models are really good at not just generating the information that you need, but also doing a validation check and trying to understand the semantic meaning of it or finding areas where there might be information missing. The second of the 3 is what I call unified natural language query, and this one is it might be the killer app inside the enterprise. Every business customer has had frustrations about not being able to get the answers they need from their data. And that's usually for one of 2 reasons. The first is they don't know or want to learn complex languages like SQL that are necessary for querying your structured data to learn information about it. And the second is that oftentimes your data is dispersed. Like if you want to ask a question about your data, it's in structured databases and spreadsheets and PDFs and APIs and graph databases and on and on and on. Unified natural language query allows a business customers to ask using like everyday language information about your data. And the unified part of it is that it will query across multiple different data sources to find the answer that the person is looking for. The third one is what I call routine task automation. And if you have read any of my essays about enterprise AGI, you know that I think this is going to be the transformational use of LLMs inside the enterprise, and that we're going to be able to automate about 50% of valuable human work within the next 5 years. This involves automating routine tasks currently done by a person, usually where the person has to go out and find little bits of information from multiple sources, kind of reason across them, figure out what to do next, and then come up with a conclusion. So these are usually very tedious business processes that happen all across a business that really haven't been able to be automated because you can't do them because they still require human reasoning to think through information. So those are the main 3. I suggest you start with the high document generation and validation and unified natural language query as the best places to look for opportunities inside your enterprise, simply because you're going to get tremendous pull from the business customers that work on these problems because honestly they hate doing the work and they would love for someone to help them with it. And the second is that you're likely to find high ROI from a specific business unit where that has these problems. I hope it helps. Have a great day.